This tutorial is a bit of an introduction to social media strategy, but instead of developing a full strategy, today I'm just going to teach you a simple tactic that you can utilize to start being more strategic about what you're posting on Instagram or any other social media network. The worksheet for this tutorial is really great, and it'll help you brainstorm the types of content that you should be creating, as well as give you a little template to start laying out this 12-tile tactic. It's a pretty simple idea, but it can have a really big impact on your business. So if this is something that kind of excites you and motivates you to want to start producing really high quality content for your brand or your business, head over to my website and check out my online course, Content Creation for Small Businesses. In this course, I show you all of the apps, equipment, processes, and systems that I use to create high quality content for my clients. But I've kind of adapted it for small business owners who have limited time and a limited budget. So everything I show you is either free or really affordable. All of the programs and apps that we're gonna use are free. So it's just a really great way to learn how to start making more content for yourself now that you know how to strategically share it on social media. So let's go ahead and dive in and start learning about the 12-tile tactic. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through the 12-tile tactic and how to develop one for your business. This is just one example of an Instagram strategy that business owners can use. There are several, but this is one of my favorite ones, and it's the one that I personally use for my account as well as a few of my clients. It's really good for business owners who struggle to come up with content, and great for business owners who want to blend their personal life and some personal aspects of their life and their business in one account. It helps create an authentic account that is personable and relatable, not just selling or marketing to people. And it helps encourage account growth through sharing varying content that can help you reach new audiences. So if any of those things sound like you, stay tuned and kind of work through this with me. I think it'll be really helpful. Okay, so what the 12-tile tactic actually refers to are the first 12 posts that appear when you go to your Instagram account, okay? So when you go to Instagram and go to your profile, it's going to open up a grid that is 3 images wide, so 3 columns and 4 rows, and the rows go on forever. But what we want to look at are those first 12, okay? And if you're implementing the 12-tile tactic strategy, I should be able to basically capture any 12-tile section of your grid and get a pretty clear picture of who you are, what you do, where you're located, and what goods, services, or value you have to offer me. So if we take a look at my grid over here, we can see several photos of me. So my face is in there. We can see where I am. I have a few different photos here tagged of Copenhagen. I also have, this post talks about my podcast. This post talks about my Etsy shop and my Etsy products. And then this one here is a freebie that I offer every month, which is free wallpapers for your phone and your desktop. So just kind of by glancing at this, people will get a pretty good idea of what I have to offer them as far as what type of content they're going to be able to expect from me. So again, when you have your 12-tile tactic, you want to be able to find these 4 identifying posts kind of throughout that form. So who you are, what you do, where you're located, and what you offer. And those four things should be in a rotation, kind of surrounded by other content that is relevant to you, your business, and your goals. There are 5 purposes with the 12-tile tactic, and they are: 1, it helps you create content and realize that you do have plenty to share by using the 12-tile tactic as a guide. You'll always kind of know what to post. Number 2, it helps you integrate your business and your personal life in a balanced way. 3, it helps you provide value to your followers by integrating posts that are informative, educational, inspiring, entertaining, and so on, rather than just marketing material to them. Number 4, it helps your Instagram account perform similar to a website. So when people visit it, they should be able to get a snapshot of who you are without having to dig. So kind of like how a website has an about page and a contact page and a where to find us page and a shop page, you kind of want to treat your Instagram account in a similar way, where if they glance at your most recent post, they're going to kind of get the gist of what you're about. And then last but not least, it helps you create varied content that can reach new people in different communities and areas within Instagram. Okay, so here are my 8 tips for brainstorming before you kind of come up with your 12 tiles. Start by looking through your Instagram account or your camera roll on your phone or the camera on your camera, the film on your camera, and make a list of the type of content you tend to capture the most often. So food, your dog, selfies, sunsets, pictures of the city you live in, coffee, books, whatever it might be. Even if they aren't necessarily things that you relate directly to your business, just write them down now so that you have them on the list. Number 2, ask a friend or kind of poll your audience and ask them to list things that they associate with you or your business or both. And then take those 2 lists and pay attention to where they overlap, because those are going to be easy tiles for you. They're already things that people associate with you, and it's already content that you seem to be capturing and creating already. Number 4, consider the goal of your Instagram account and the type of content that will help you achieve that goal. So whether your goal is to sell more of a physical product, then maybe you want to work that into your feed a little bit more. If your goal is to find new followers, maybe you want to work some stuff that'll help you reach outward into different communities to bring people in. If your goal is to get more people into your restaurant or into your shop, maybe you want to have more content in your feed that allows you to tag it geographically so that people looking at the maps feature on Instagram can find you through that. Number 5, think about your ideal customer or client and how you can reach them through the content you share. Are they also going to be looking at posts about motherhood, running, dogs? Where will you find your ideal customer on Instagram? Number 6, consider recurring content that might work for you, such as quotes, recipes, regramming user-generated content, participating in weekly hashtags or features, holidays, etc. Number 7, look at the accounts of your competition, industry leaders, or accounts with similar content to you, and pay attention to what they are posting, which posts are getting the most likes and comments, and any features they participate in. So the leaders in your industry are kind of doing free industry research for you, and it's not cheating to go look and see what they're doing. It's just research. Number 8, pay attention to the posts that grab your attention when you're scrolling through Instagram. So what are the things that you are liking, that you're commenting on, that you are screenshotting, or you're messaging to your friends, or you're saving to your collections? What does that content look like, and why is it grabbing your attention? Why is it attractive to you? And is something like that content that you should be sharing on your own account? So these are 5 things that I want you to keep in mind as we work through this. Number 1, all the 12 tiles do not have to be completely different. For example, I usually share 2 to 3 photos of my dog, Walter, within my 12 tiles, but you won't usually see like 3 photos of him in a row. I kind of mix them up and keep them spread out to keep it balanced. Number 2, the 12 tile tactic is not a rigid schedule. It doesn't mean that on Monday you have to post whatever's in square 12 and so on. It's just meant to act as a guide and kind of an inspiring guide. At that, it is not a rule book. Number 3, try to serve your followers 90% of the time and sell to them 10% of the time. So that kind of means that only 1 to 2 out of your 12 tiles should be focused directly on marketing or selling or promoting your products or your services or whatever in a direct way. Number 4, live in the moment and don't hesitate to post good content, especially if you feel motivated to share it. The candidness of social media is a big part of why people are following you. Number 5, you can keep your personal life separate from your business if you want. If that is something that's important to you, just create the 12 tile tactic with themes that are relevant or related to your business. And a lot of people prefer to have a separate personal account and then also still have their business account. And maybe from time to time, you just take some content from your personal account and also share it on your business account so that people kind of get a sense of who you are and see behind the scenes a little bit. And that's fine too. The point is to develop a 12 tile tactic that is unique to you and your business goals. The 12 tile tactic will look different for each industry and will also be unique for each individual business. So for example, the 12 tile tactic for a restaurant is going to be different from the tactic for a pet sitting service. But then even within the same industry, an Italian restaurant in the suburbs will have a different tactic than a sushi restaurant downtown or a food truck that is just entering its first season. So the worksheet that I created for today will walk you through brainstorming and developing this 12 tile tactic for yourself. And I'm going to go ahead and pull that up quick just to show you it. So this is what the worksheet for today looks like. I have those 8 brainstorming tips that I shared listed out at the top here because those are something I really want you to do. Even if you don't want to fully implement the 12 tile tactic, this will really help you kind of brainstorm different types of content and help you kind of start planning out a content calendar. Once you kind of start working through those, use this list over on the left side to start listing things out and then use this grid over on the right side to start kind of laying it out. And that way you can kind of see what it's going to look like as you start posting your content. Okay, so again, I hope that this was helpful. It is just one of the options for strategies, but again, it's one of my favorite ones. So if you feel now like you know what your strategy is going to be, but you're realizing that you don't have a ton of content, think about going over to my website and checking out my course, Content Creation for Small Business, which gives you all of my tips for getting great photos, doing graphic design, photo shoots, how to edit, all of that stuff, and how to create months worth of content all by yourself without having to hire an entire team to do it.